Hello there and welcome to tonight's video. Now I've got kind of a different video for you tonight. A while ago somebody on here by the name of Cherry Age asked me if I would do a video explaining some of the things that was that's happening to me to do with spirits, like attacking and stuff, like causing pain and discomfort. Back when I don't know if it's a he or a she, but I presume it's a she, but they're a she rather. But I didn't feel up to doing the video back when they asked. It was bad back then, and it's possibly worse now, but I'm trying to cope with it as best as I can. So apart from that, some of you may or may not remember that I did write a post that I put in some of the local groups on Facebook and in some of the paranormal related groups, saying I was under a psychic attack. And what I meant by that was is basically spirits, two of them to be precise, are doing stuff to me beyond my control. I've since learned some protection techniques which sometimes work but sometimes don't work for very long and stuff. And even as I'm speaking right now, my back is starting to absolutely kill me. And I know you are thinking, yeah, well, everyone gets bad backs. Yeah, sure, but until just over a month ago, I wasn't having any bad backs or anything, right? Just while I was doing the investigations and stuff, the bad backs started to come on and stuff. And lately, they've got even worse. And these bad backs can appear within seconds. Like, I can be sitting on the couch without a bad back, and then the minute I sit like forwards a bit to, like, say, eat a bowl of cereal or whatever, then the pain just comes on instantly, big time, burning, severe pain, right? And I sometimes go for walks. You've probably seen some of my videos maybe, where I'm on walks around the parks and stuff. And a lot of the time when I'm in the park, my back is also killing us. Sometimes I start off without a bad back and then it comes on within a few minutes. Sometimes it depends on what I'm doing, whether I'm going to shoot a video or not, whether it happens. I made a video, I don't know, a couple of weeks or so ago. I haven't put it up yet or anything because I haven't finished it, in the Valleyview Park. And the minute I got the camera out, my back got really, really bad. And I got pains in my hands, my arms, like sharp stabbing pains, like needles going in and stuff. And I've even had trouble editing these videos, which I never used to have, by the way. So that's the reason why I haven't been doing much, because of all these really bad things that's happening to us. I haven't been able to do the videos so much, and like I say, I've had trouble even editing the videos because I'm in so much discomfort and pain. And so far, I've had the ambulance crews out twice. The first time I didn't have to go into hospital. They didn't think I needed to, but the second time they made us go into hospital. And I must point out the trip to the hospital when I actually got there was an absolute nightmare. I'm not going to go into all the details, but it was an absolute nightmare. And I do not intend to go back there anytime soon, I can assure you. So I'm just going to put up with all this, no matter how bad it gets. I'm phoning the crisis team instead. I don't know if you're familiar with those people. But the trouble is with them is, like, a lot of times when I phone up, I'm really, like, in a bad state. And, like, with the discomfort and stuff, because I get, I've been getting pressure, like, intense pressure on my chest and pain. And, like I say, I get pains all on my body, stabbing pains in the tops of my feet, and the sides, and the bottoms, or everywhere. And my feet are one of the most common places for the attacks. And but it's everywhere. It's all on my whole body's affected. I get the pains in my legs, my arms, my face, my eyes, everywhere. But I suppose the worst bits is the bad back pain is really quite bad, and the chest thing. Because when I went to the hospital, well, when you phone up to you know, because you need help, phone the 111 service. As soon as you mention chest pains, they immediately assume you know what they assume? They basically assume you're having some sort of heart problems or something, like a heart attack or something. And I knew it wasn't that every time I phoned, because I already know what's doing it, and I told them that as well. But I spoke to one of the doctors on the phone, and he didn't care. He wasn't even listening. He just says, right, well there, Gordon, yeah, obviously you need an ambulance with chest pains. That could be serious. We'll get you in straight away. And I was trying to tell him it wasn't that, and it's not that sort of thing. It's on the surface. But he just didn't listen, and he says, all right, Tara, and hung up the phone, basically. Ambulance was on its way. So, and then when I got to the hospital, I had to stay there for over 7 hours, by the way, in a waiting room. They actually put us in the isolation room. Yeah, to do with what's going on at the minute. It was kind of crazy, but I didn't enjoy it one bit. And so anyway, like I say, I'm not going to go into all them details because you have to be careful what you say on here, apparently. So I'm not going to say too much about that. But it was an absolute nightmare. Very stressful for me because I have like an anxiety condition. So the fact that, they were giving us so much of a hard time when I got there. I thought when you went to the hospital, they were supposed to be there to help you. But it wasn't like that. It was like they were making us worse. So I'm not going back there. I don't care. I'm not going back there again. So that's me finished with hospitals, I think. Pretty much, I would say. So like I say, eventually they checked us over. They gave us a chest X-ray. They took me blood. When the ambulance crew were at my house, they put the little suction pads, the little sticker things for the what's it called? The cardiac ECG thing, where they check all your pulse and heart rate and everything all over your body. They put it on your wrists, your ankles, your chest and everywhere, your stomach. They did that in my house here, and then when I got to the hospital, they put the more stickers on it again for the same thing. But I will say this: the nurse that was putting the stickers on my chest and everything, she was not in a good mood with me, I can tell you. But that wasn't a pleasant experience either. I remember saying when she was finished, I says, "So, do I take these off or leave them on?" She says, "Oh, it's up to you. Do what you like." So that wasn't fun at all, really. And so basically, I got checked over and everything. It took me blood. Like I say, they did the chest X-ray, ECG, and everything. And then I got the results and said everything was fine. So yeah, they didn't find anything, so they couldn't help us with anything. I'm still in pain. I'm still in discomfort. I still have pressure on my chest and all that. It comes on worse at night, by the way. Really bad. And get this. It sometimes gets worse depending on what I'm trying to do. Like if I'm trying to make a video or watch YouTube videos, like music videos in particular, it gets really bad when I'm trying to watch YouTube music videos. I'll tell you that much. So it gets so bad I've had to stop doing it so much. Well, I've tried to continue it lately, but the first few times it was happening, it got so bad. Because, for example, when you go for a walk, normally when you come back from a walk, you feel slightly more relaxed than you did before the walk, right? So when you get back from a walk, you should sit on the couch and you should be quite relaxed. And I sit down and watch the music videos, and then suddenly, within a few minutes, things are happening, pressure on the chest, you kind of sit still. It's like so uncomfortable. And then the pains in the chest, right around the same. They seem to be attacking this sort of area, which is pretty much roughly where your heart is supposed to be, right? So I can only come to one conclusion, that they don't have good intentions for me, whatever they're trying to achieve, because they're going for the area they think will probably most likely kill you if they try hard enough and often enough, type of thing, So I might sound like I'm in good spirits at the minute, but like I say, I'm in a lot of pain here, and it's awkward, when you have to go out every day trying to shoot a video or just go for a walk, and your back's absolutely killing you the whole time, and what have you, and other things going on, and the pains in the chest and everything. I never used to have any of this until I started doing the paranormal investigating again over a month or so ago, however long ago it was. Because I did that for around a month or just over or something, and it was during that period that I started to get this happening. And another important point, the last 2 or 3 investigations I did around here, I got some EVPs from 2 of the spirits I had been in contact with for over 5 years. I did a video about that, them 2 spirits a while ago on here. If you want to check back about that, it was I got in contact with them at a place called Deanside Court Care Home in Hedworth, in the garden, right? And basically, I believe it's them 2 spirits. I'm not going to name them here because they're on the other. I don't like to mention the names anymore because I can't be speaking to spirits who mean bad things for us. I only want to speak to spirits who are friendly, who do not want to harm you or give you pain or insult you or anything. You know, I don't really want to deal with them type, because I'm always polite to everyone, whether they're living or dead, unless obviously they say some bad stuff to me. On odd occasion I've said some slight things here on YouTube, for example, you know, nothing too bad or anything, but you know, when people start insulting you and stuff like that, you know, I don't like that sort of thing. But everyone should be polite, I believe, or at least try to be polite in most cases. So I'm never dispolite to spirits. I never have been. I've never tried to provoke them to get them to do stuff or anything like that. I've always asked them if they could do something, if they want to. It would be great and all that. But I never try to force them or insult them or anything like that to get sort of results, you know. And I phoned Alan Robson on Night Owls a few weeks ago, and he was no help whatsoever, I hasten to add. I've pretty much gone off Alan Robson, to be honest with you, because I told him pretty much what was happening at the time, and he asked us a few questions and stuff. And if you want to check that, the video of it is here on YouTube, because he videos the whole show of Night Owls now, if you're not aware of that. He has a camera in the studio while he's talking to people on the phone, in the radio studio when he does the Night Owls. So that's on there, and he pretty much blamed me for the whole thing because I told him I invited the spirits back to my house. Well, fair enough, you might have had a point there, but I had the best intentions, because I was only asking them that you're welcome if you want to, but I thought they were friendly at the time. I didn't realise they might not have been friendly, so yeah, he might have had a point, but I had the best intentions, you know. And he said that paranormal investigators are just using spirits to get EVPs, and he says the spirits realise that they're just being used, and that's not true at all, because that's not what I do. The only way to try and communicate with spirits is through using the EVP. That's the only way you can do it. You can use a spirit box, but that's still sort of EVP sort of thing. So there's only so many ways you can do it, you know, to get to hear them talk and hear what they've got to say and answering questions and stuff. It's not using them. Yes, I make YouTube videos where I put that on there. That is a hobby. Yes, I admit that, but it's not using anyone. Like, so if I go to somebody in the street and ask them if I can interview them for a video, ask them a few questions, is that using them if I put that on YouTube? No, it's not. It's trying to communicate with people. It's trying to, you know, be, how do you put it? Socialize, whatever, make a video. It's not using someone. You know what I'm saying? I don't intend to use anyone. That's not my intentions. I'm not using anyone. So Alan Robson was way off. He was pretty much saying I deserved it, because he says I must have done something to upset them, which I didn't do. The conclusion I came to was possibly, and I'm not 100% sure on this, that these 2 spirits don't seem to like me making any videos anywhere else other than in this house. Maybe in the back garden, maybe they might be okay with that, I'm not sure. I don't think they're okay with us doing anything now, because everything I try to do, stuff's kicking off on me, and, you know, I'm being given pain left, right and centre and stuff. And I never had any of these pains and stuff, other things that's going on, before I started doing the paranormal investigating again. And and for the most part, this wasn't happening while I was doing it either. It only started to happen, I think it was just before the last investigation I did, because I've had to stop now. And I've got loads of investigations I did, which are still like on my hard drive or whatever, that I haven't put together yet, because I can't do it. It's just I have to stay away from that sort of thing right now. I just can't do it. There's too much stuff going on, and all this is happening to me. So I'm starting to think you know, it's not, I'm not really up to it, you know. I'm struggling to do these regular videos, to be honest with you. But I'm going to keep trying to do them, even though I'm in pain, discomfort, and all the rest of it. I'm going to keep trying to do these videos. And I will keep phoning the crisis team if I have to. Normally I wouldn't talk about things like this on here, but at this point I'm past caring, because it's got so bad now that I just feel I should just spill the beans on it. And I don't care if anyone thinks I'm crazy, because I'm not, right? Because I'm telling the truth. These things are happening to me. It's not a mental condition, right? Because I know for a fact it isn't, because mental conditions don't give you intense pain and pressure on your chest. I've looked up all the symptoms for those sort of things, and they don't match up with what I've got at all, and what have you. So I've looked at all angles here. This is intense, and this pain moves around fast. It can like be your foot 1 second, and the next second it's your chest, and then if you sort of sit forwards, your back starts, and then it goes off the chest, comes on the back. You sit back, comes off the back, goes back on the chest. So it's like, because when you sit back against the back of a seat or a couch, your back's kind of covered a bit, and I guess they can't get at your back as well, I would say. And so they move on to the front, because your front's exposed, right? It's not up against anything. So this is what they do, you see. And I spoke to some friends recently, and they were trying to help us and stuff. I forgot to mention, I had a medium come into the house as well. I had a job getting a medium. The first one I tried to get, I made an appointment for him to come around the next day. He says, by the way, he says, you do realise I do this as my job, so I have to ask for money. And he says, is that okay with you? I says, well, yeah, I guess. I says, how much? And he goes, well, he says, I shouldn't have to be there any longer than an hour. So, it'll be like, I just charge the price for a normal reading, which is £60. He says, but if I have to go over that hour, it could be between 60 and 70 or 80 pounds. So, I still okayed it, and then I got off the phone. He was trying to get us to send it over via PayPal to his account thing. And then I thought about it, and I thought, you know, I don't think I can really afford that amount of money. You know what I mean? Because I'm in a bit of a bind at the minute and stuff. And I was desperate, though. I was like desperate for some sort of help. So I okayed it, and then I thought about it a bit more, and I thought, you know, I spoke to my friend, and he thought that's too much. He says genuine mediums don't really charge you any money, and if they do, they charge you just a small amount. So I phoned him back. Well, I didn't phone him, I texted him, and I cancelled. He was okay with it. And so I managed to get this other medium from, I phoned Sunderland Spiritualist Church, or one of them, and he knew someone from South Shields. So he phoned him, and he got him to phone us, and I spoke to him for ages on the phone. He sounded quite good. And then he agreed to come out to my house. He came around the next day after I spoke to him on the phone. And all he did basically was, right, I don't know if this is great or not, but he was just trying to get them to move towards the light. He didn't try to communicate with them or ask them questions why they're doing this to me or anything, or who they were or anything like that. All he did was try to get them to move towards the light, and he tried to get me to imagine a golden doorway, and in my mind, tell them to go towards the light. And then he spent about an hour doing this. Not much more, and I'm not kidding either. My back was killing us at the time, right? My back was knacking us, and it was creeping around the side as well, and my side was killing us. And then at some point he says, no, they're not going away yet, they're being a bit awkward and all this. And I was thinking to myself, I don't know. And then at some point he goes, oh, there's a guy here. I says, a guy? He says, yeah. He says, I can't really see him very clearly. He says, it's just like a shadow figure. I says, all right. So he didn't give any names or who this person might be or anything. I think he said he got him to move to the light. And he says the girls have gone to the light as well. And I says, are you sure? He says, yeah, as far as I can tell, they've gone. He says, it feels like to me that they've gone. And then he left and went away in that. And then the minute he left, within 5 minutes, my back was still killing us, but then the pain went off my back a bit, and then I started getting the pains elsewhere again. Now there's another aspect to all this that I haven't mentioned, Rush, I'm going to mention now. And I'm just going to say it, I don't care what anyone says, because I'm speaking the absolute 100% truth, right? Now, I'm sure some of you will be familiar with the film called The Entity, starring Barbara Hershey. And that was based on a true story, apparently, of a woman who was getting attacked in her own house, usually when she was in bed, or in the bathroom or whatever, by an unseen force. She said it was a bloke who she couldn't see. It was punching her, biting her, and he was also, well, as she put it, raping her, right? And she, in the film, had to see like a psychologist or a psychiatrist or something, and he thought she was, you know, he didn't really believe her. He thought it was in her mind or something. Well, I've had some similar things been happening, and I'm still having them happening to this day, is what happened to her in that film. Only I'm a guy, she's a girl, obviously. But, you know, the similar sort of things in the trouser department. Yep. So, I told a few people about this, and like the ambulance crew and stuff, and they just like went, oh. And it was like, and then one of the ambulance crew, the guy said, oh, he said something like, oh, that sounds alright, or something. I mean, are they supposed to say things like that? You know, like that sounds just let them do it type of thing, you know? But this can be seriously problematic if they're doing stuff to you in the trouser department and you are due to go out somewhere, right? Like for a walk or to an appointment or something. Well, you kind of go out with stuff going on in your trousers, if you know what I mean. You have to be walking around like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, for God's sakes. So that's what I'm talking about. But in this, well, I think it happened before the time I'm going to mention, but the worst time it happened was major league happened was when I was washing the dishes. I was washing the dishes, right? I wasn't really thinking about anything like that. I wasn't at all, actually. I was thinking about all these problems and things, probably more than likely. And then I suddenly thought, hang on a minute. What's going on here? There's something weird going on here. And I'm not going to go into all the details or anything, but I'm telling you, something was going on that was beyond my control. And I was due to go out for a walk, I think, after that. So I don't think I went because it was kind of difficult. You know, it's kind of difficult. I think they're doing it to stop us leaving the house. They're trying to stop us leaving the house. I don't know for sure. But it's like, it's crazy. Like, I mean, like I say, I'm using all these protection mechanisms. I'm trying to visualize like I'm wearing like mirrors all over my body. And the mirrors, I'm imagining as strongly as I can that the mirrors are bouncing the energy that they're using on me back at them, away from me. But like I say, I have to keep doing that over and over, which is kind of difficult. And also my friends who are martial arts experts told me this breathing exercise thing where you go like, you bring your arms up, you breathe in through your nose, and then you go like this. Hang on, you might think it's kind of funny, but you go, you hold it for like 4 seconds. I'll do it again. You got to hold your breath for 4 seconds. And then you go like this, and you keep doing that like 3 or 4 times a day. Or 3 or 4 times at one time. You do it like for 3 or 4 times, and then do it several times throughout the day if you want, or you need to. And that's supposed to help ground you. Because like I say, my friend's a professional martial artist, and he's also a medium. But I hadn't been in contact with him. I wasn't in contact with him before I got the other medium. But I have been since then. So he's been trying to help us. I've only seen him once so far recently, but him and his friend. So they told us that so far, and a few other things. So I'm trying that, but I'm still getting the bad backs and the pressure on my chest, and the other things, the trouser department stuff here and there. So, yep. So feel free to say what you want. I don't mind, but I am telling you the 100% truth, and I am suffering because I cannot really do things the way I used to exactly. Like I can't even sit. I tried to watch a film the other night, and 3/4 of the way through, the pressure on the chest thing started, and I just couldn't hardly concentrate. It was so intense and stuff, you know. So yeah, it's difficult. So I'm trying to fight this the best I can, but I don't have a concrete solution to how to stop it, or if I can stop it. But I know what's going to happen, but I'm not going to say here. I know what's probably more than likely going to happen, but I'm not going to say here. And I do apologise, because I just noticed I've been talking for 26 minutes nearly. So I do apologise about that. But I'm trying to tell you everything that's going on. Most of the things I can think of, you know. So yeah, so it's not fun, I can tell you. So if anyone out there is thinking of doing paranormal investigating, I would think long and hard about. That's not the best choice of words considering what I've just been talking about. I would suggest that you would think about it a lot first. Give it a good think over, you know. Have a good think about it, because believe me, I mean, it probably doesn't happen to most people, but I've had similar things happen before in the past as well. Because I didn't point this. No, I'm not mentioning the other bit. Yeah, I'll leave the other bit out of it. But ages ago, I had similar things with the pain and the pressure and everything happened to us ages ago, and I had to go through the same sort of scenario, phone in the hospital and stuff, and they couldn't find anything wrong with us. So I've been through this before, a while back, and that was once again through doing paranormal investigating, mainly in my own back garden, which used to be in my mum and dad's house back garden. I used to do a lot there, not just there, but I did that there a lot every night. I was trying to get in contact with the neighbours who had passed away, and I ended up getting in contact with some girls, 2 girls who had passed away in road accidents. I think I've mentioned that before, but so I'm just trying to think if I missed anything out. But I will try and put that video together that I shot in Valley View Park. I know I just did one in Valley View Park that I just posted today, but I did another one before that, which I hadn't been able to finish. I ended up doing that other one instead recently. So my videos don't always come out, I don't always post them in the correct order I shot them in. Just depends what happens, and with all this going on, you know, I'm a bit all over the place. So I do apologise about that. But the other one, I was in agony while I made it, like total agony. It was a struggle to get the video finished, like just shooting it. I didn't really mention it much on the video, I don't think, but I was in agony and stuff. Which I never used to be in agony when I was making the videos. All the ones I did about the films and most of the ones about the paranormal stuff, I wasn't in agony. For the most, although there was a few of them where I was in agony actually. I think I did mention me back a few times, but I didn't put 2 and 2 together at the time. So anyway, that's pretty much most of the things that's been happening. There was one other thing. One night, there was pressure on my throat. It's only happened once so far. It was my chest, and then it went to my throat, and I thought I couldn't breathe for a couple of minutes, and I panicked. I was out of the chair like a shot. I didn't know what to do. Obviously, I was having anxiety because I have an anxiety condition, but usually I don't just get anxious for the hell of it. There has to be something that triggers it, right? Like, the things that would normally trigger my anxiety are, well, I have trouble, like, outside in certain locations. I don't know, it's a phobia or something, because I have a vertigo condition as well. And I have trouble walking down certain streets and areas and stuff. Some areas I feel safer, but others I feel uncomfortable and I have trouble walking and stuff. But so that's one aspect of it. But it's not like I don't like get like massively. I get sort of panicked, but not like big time panicked. It depends. But one of the things that sets me panic off the most, causes the panic, is when someone knocks at the door in the house when I'm not expecting it, or the phone rings when I'm not expecting it, and stuff like that. But apart from that, I can normally sit on the couch, watch a movie, or watch YouTube or whatever, or edit my videos or something, or just read things online, and I'm usually fine. I'm not usually panicking. Like, I'm not usually in total discomfort. I'm in a bit of discomfort with my vertigo and stuff, but I'm not like I kind of keep still because I got pressure on my chest and pain and stuff. That's all happening now, and it's not anxiety. A few people have said, "Oh, it's just your anxiety," but it's not. I can tell you, it is not that. I've had anxiety for years. Oops, I think the thing's going to run out. Anyway, so I'd just like to thank everyone for watching this video. If you watched it all the way through, thanks. An extra thanks to you for watching it all the way through. I really appreciate it. And I just thought I'd spill the beans on what's going on right now. And I'm struggling quite a lot, so just to let you know. So I might not be able to do the videos as regular as I used to because I'm struggling and all that sort of stuff. And like I say, I have to keep phoning the crisis team, all my friends and stuff. And I don't like to be a burden on people, so I try not to phone them too often. So I'll probably most often try and phone the crisis team, but they have to call you back, and sometimes it takes over an hour for them to call you back. And if you're really like in discomfort, that's quite excruciating, waiting for a call back when you feel like you know there's this pressure on your chest and that. Sometimes you feel like you kind of breathe and stuff. So yep. So that's pretty much most of the stuff. I probably haven't covered everything, but that's most of it. So thanks very much for watching, everyone, and I shall see you on another video at some point if you still want to watch them, that is. Yep, feel free to comment. It's up to you, just if you've got anything to ask us or anything. Just fire away. Remember, I always try to be polite, so I hope you can do the same. But I guess there's some people out there that might not want to be as polite, but you know, hopefully there will be. So thanks very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see any more videos from me.